You are watching Soccer Night in Detroit.
A pivotal victory in booking a spot in the playoffs for the first time. Final whistle goes, ends the season on a high note. Orange County wins the USL Championship final.
Phoenix wins it! Their first championship crown!
Jeremy Allenbaugh and the moment Colorado Springs has been waiting for a decade. 2024 USL Championship winners.
All right, we are here. It is match day in the USL playoffs, the first day of the matches in the USL Championship. And yes, here we go again. We meet Louisville City.
Yeah. Not since the Lions lost to the Washington Redskins almost 2 decades ago, or not since my recent memory, Tampa Bay sweeping Detroit out of the playoffs in what is their last playoff appearance. I haven't never been, I'll say, a little optimistic. You know what I'm talking about.
A little less optimistic about a game.
Yeah, but honestly, from this week, from looking like, okay, 8-1, the Bad News Bears versus the evil team from Space Jam.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling that vibe at all because this is a team. I mean, we've talked about it ad nauseum. It's like, okay, they're a great team, but can they get it done in the playoffs? Can't really apply that logic this week when you think about it against a team that has been struggling so much to even put a ball inside the net.
Yeah, you're right. It was evident down the stretch. They had trouble scoring a goal. Literally. And I'm going to show you two stats. Let me show you the stats because I did create the full game day stat for today. But since their game on September 27th, they have only scored 4 goals. That's it. 4 goals. Louisville, same thing, 4 goals. But, dude, Louisville have amped up the pressures and doubled the shots on target, almost doubled the corners. And Louisville has been the model, and Detroit City in their playoff rush was kind of desperate. They had 13 yellows, 4 yellow cards. Nobody got ejected with a red card. Let's say that's right now. 2 model teams from looking at the full stats. So,
how many points has Louisville, or how many goals has Louisville gave up this year?
I read 19 all year long.
Ding, 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 ding. 19 goals.
Thanks to Damian Lau, winner of the Golden Glove last year. About .71, .74. He's good.
Sean Tosh, another one. I mean, a great defender. He scored the goal. The only goal in the match against us the last time these two teams played at Keyworth.
Yeah, that was his 296th game. I think he's almost at 300 appearance all time in the USL. Literally.
Yeah. Kyle Adams has been, Kyle Adams also on that line as well. Josh Jones. I mean, the thing is with Louisville, I mean, that back three is pretty solid. And I'm looking at the last 11 that played in that match, but it's just the fact that Louisville, they come to you in droves. It doesn't matter who they put out there on a weekly basis. They just come to you in droves. Where you have a Ray Serrano or a Philip Goodrum on the land, Jansen Wilson out there, Taylor Davila has been the top player on this club so far this year. So not putting the ball in the net, he's got 3 goals on the year, but Davila's setups help out, Philip Goodrum, and Goodrum is one of the top goal scorers in the USL this year. But this is a well run, well organized unit. Danny Cruz has got this thing, on, let's just say, legitimately, he's got this thing on cruise control, dominating
Literally.
dominating the league last year.
He's
Going through.
dominating the league this year. They only lost one time, and that was on the road. And the glowing stat is, and I mentioned this on Musing, Louisville have won 12 home games this year in front of their home fans. Detroit on the road, 3 wins.
And
They
zero,
haven't won since the Phoenix game back in April.
0-0-5 at Lynn Family Stadium is Detroit City.
Oh, and we haven't came close of winning. I remember our first appearance back in 2020. We had the lead. Anthony Hopino, former Detroit City FC forward, scored the goal. And remember, he used to play at Lou City, and he was very happy. But then, second half, whole different story. We haven't been lucky, literally. The last time we met in the playoffs, 2 years ago after the Pittsburgh Miracle, we got killed 4-0.
Mhm. Absolutely. And the going to the head-to-head via FOTMOB. Even so, the first time that these two teams met was back in 2016, and that was in the U.S. Open Cup.
Yes, I remember that game.
And a match played down in Louisville.
But it was not at Liz Family Stadium. It wasn't constructed yet. They were playing in their baseball stadium, their minor league baseball stadium, but they had to move to a high school. And talking about the coverage night and day, we had to rely on cell phone video camera footage, which was okay. I'm enjoying this, hoping for a win, but oh my, cell phone. Oh
Well,
my.
luckily, Michael Kitchen was able to provide us with a picture from that match back in 2016. Ended up being a 1-1 draw, and of course, ended up going to penalties.
Yes, you're right. And they do list it as a draw after the full 120. Although Louisville won that game on PK, but still counted as a draw. So yeah.
First
And also,
time-
I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh
the
yeah,
first-
you're right. So we're probably 0-6 in Louisville.
yeah,
Getting ridiculous, like for the lifetime
over
against
5,
Washington.
over 5 in Louisville.
I know, especially at Lynn Family Stadium.
Yes. The first time that we actually met them since the move to USL Championship was in the US Open Cup, and that ended up being a 1-1 draw in that match.
And it went to penalty kicks as
Yeah,
well.
Maxi Rodriguez got things going in the 14th minute of play, and then Wilson Harris equalized in the 24th minute. That went to penalty kicks. Louisville comes away with the victory in the PK.
Yeah, 2 names from the past no longer plays on either team. Will Harris,
He's in the Israeli Premier League.
and Maxey, as you probably know, is in Rhode Island. So
Yeah, and they got a match tonight against Charleston. But yeah,
I know.
but in that game, the possession was mainly Lou City. 19 shots, 4 on target in that match back in 2022. And of course, as far as the regular season went, a 1-0 victory by them at Keyworth Stadium in August, followed up by a 2-1 victory in the game that you mentioned, where Detroit City was up by a score of 1-0. They lost that one by a score of 2-1.
Mm-hmm. I know.
2023, I made the trip down there. That was a 1-0 victory for Lou City at that one. And then a 2-0 victory for Detroit City happened in July of that year at Keyworth Stadium. And then that followed up with the shellacking in the playoffs, 5-1. at Lynn Family Stadium in the Eastern Conference semifinal. Go to 2024. Let's see. Detroit City would beat Louisville. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, I see. Oh, 5-1 was May 9th. Oh yeah, 4-0. I'm sorry. I went back. I screwed myself up. 4-0, followed up by a 5-1 loss to Louisville. And that night I was down there as well. That was not a good trip. Not a good bus trip.
Yeah, I wasted 8 hours on a bus trip to see a game or my hometown team win, and I won't get any of those back,
And then
unfortunately.
then having to travel through Columbus to get home so that we could switch drivers. Yeah.
Oh my! Oh.
Not one of my favorite trips. But last year though we came back and came back with a victory at Keyworth Stadium, a 2-1 victory thanks to a
Yeah, which includes probably one of the best goals when Connor Ross deked out the goaltender and he shot it in the back of the net. You know what I mean? It wasn't even close if you saw the offsides of it. It just,
Yeah, I mean it wasn't even close. Damian Loss falls to the pitch, and then next thing you know, Connor says, "Here I am," and puts it into the back of the net.
yeah.
So, one of my favorite things. As far as
Yeah.
this year goes, 2-0 victory earlier in the year, March 29th, I believe it was, at Lynn Family Stadium. And, of course, the most recent one, the 1-0 victory by Lou City on September 27th at Keyworth.
I
So,
know.
and
I know.
for the most part, Louisville has been a house of horrors for Detroit City FC in the long run.
Not only that, not Detroit City, but the rest of the USL, the mid team, the weak team, the strong teams.
You know who the
That's the reason
last
why
team? You know who
that's
the
the reason why
last team?
they're so good.
Yeah, exactly. You know who the last team was that won there?
We said North Carolina.
The one there at Lynn Family.
Charlotte, yes.
Nope.
No. Rhode Island.
Rhode
Yeah.
Island. And this is where we come to the other part of the story about Louisville
Okay.
City FC.
All right. What's the other part of the story of
The
this
other
game?
part of the story about this team is ever since 2018, when they won their back-to-back titles, they have not managed to get that third star. It doesn't matter what they do in the regular season, it comes down to getting it done in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, for Lou City, it's been exit after exit after exit every year. Let's go back the last 4 years of that. They lose to
Okay.
Tampa. All right, they lose to Tampa Bay in the West or Eastern Conference Final in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
2022, they face they made it to the final, but they were beat by San Antonio FC. San Antonio FC winning the treble that year.
I know.
Go to the Eastern Conference Final back in 2024. In fact, they didn't have home field advantage that year,
Mm-hmm.
and they lost to the Charleston Battery in the Eastern Conference Final.
Uh-huh.
And Charleston Battery moves on, and of course they ended up losing to Phoenix Rising in that final. And then last year, being beat by Rhode Island at Lynn Family Stadium.
Oh.
It's been the last championship they won was 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since then, Louisville City has not even sniffed out. They went to the final once, but they have not. It's all about getting that third star.
You know what?
They haven't been able to do it.
You know what surprised me when you re-mentioned last year against Rhode Island. You know what I mean? They thought, all right, they barely got in the playoffs as an expansion team. This should be easy going. But then somebody forgot how to beat a expansion team, because usually expansion teams 9 times out of 10 their first season will suck. You know what I mean?
And and Rhode Island bought some players. The Albert Dequas in the world, the J.J. Williams of the world, Koki Vegas. They brought all
Yeah,
those players into that fold, and they were set to make some noise in the playoffs. Now,
yeah. Koki Vegas, by the way, was the first player signed after his previous team, the San Diego Laurel, dissolved after MLS came in, and so
and Koki Vegas has turned out to be one of the top goaltenders, and he still is one of the top goaltenders in the USL Championship. Now,
mhm.
you look at this. Okay, grant you, Detroit City. We come to this point now. Detroit City, not really, shall we say, not really having the greatest year of all. But
No,
you
no,
look at the fact that even the last couple games, we haven't seen Kobe Hernandez Foster in the lineup.
no.
In the starting 11. Otis Juve was in the lineup on Saturday. We've seen a lineup, and let's look at that last 11 that went
Okay,
against Tampa Bay.
all right.
All right, the last starting 11. You had in the midfield Isaiah LaFleur, Jay Chapman, Ryan Williams, and Haruki Yamazaki. Jaceel Cedeno was playing the one. They played another. They played 3-4-1-2 again.
Mhm.
Did we see Stephen Carroll at all?
No, he was started on the bench. He started the bench last game.
I didn't think we saw Stephen Carroll in the lineup at all,
No,
or even in action.
no.
So, yeah, needless to say, it's just been, like I said, a horrendous. I don't know, horrendous night. I wouldn't say a horrendous night, but they come away with the draw 1-1 against Tampa Bay. But the last couple weeks for Detroit City FC, it's just been too much tinkering with the lineup. Grant you, yeah, I know we got injuries going on and all that stuff. Kobe Hernandez Foster had a little bit of an illness. He was pulled from the game in the last regular season game at Keyworth. He got pulled in that one due to an illness. However, he hasn't started in the starting lineup in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, and also another question: how effective Carlos Herrera? I'm going to pronounce it. He's been starting instead of our regular starter, Carlos Sandala. Do you
Yeah,
think?
who knows what's going on with Carlos Saldana at this point? My
Oh, brother.
thinking, don't want to. I don't want to rip the wound, but is there something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about?
You know what? I'm asking that same question. We're not privy, so we're not there all the time. I have a life. You have a
I
life. You
mean,
know what I mean? Just.
I'm hearing stuff via the Discord or whatnot. It is like, are these players getting along with are these players getting along with do we see tension? Do we see friction inside the locker room at this point? I mean,
I If it was so, we would have known it. But they do.
but then again, do you look at it from the results on the field?
You could say that the result on the field that may be affecting them. It is.
Yeah, and the thing is too is the fact that half this, with this squad that we have here, it's just, I'm a little baffled by the way we've been setting our lineups this week because you thought you had a pretty good lineup. Yes, I know Reese Williams is done for the year. Yes, I know Connor Rutz is done for the year, pretty much. Ben Morris,
Yeah,
obviously.
we know Ben Morris had been done for the year for a while, ever since he injured his knee in a pre-match training injury.
Stephen Carroll. He just got back from having a scope done on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just this team this year has been like I said, we did. You don't really know what team we're going to see out there as far as that goes. The last 11, I'll give you I've already given you the midfield in Cedeno. Obviously, it was Ates Juve and Darren Smith up top, but the back line had Devin Amu Mensah, Michael Bryant, and Shane Wheat. And Carlos Herrera in net. So that was the starting 11 for Detroit City FC. Their subs in that match, they had let's see. They had a couple of them in that match against Tampa Bay. Let me go back to that real quick. So, Kobe Hernandez Foster came in the 66th minute. Stephen Carroll did come in the 82nd minute. Jordan Adebayo Smith came in as well. And then Lejo came in for Jay Chapman in the 89th minute.
Oh, my.
So, what does Detroit City put out there tonight?
Your guess is good as mine. This is playoff time. It's possibly now all hands on deck. Because, in a soccer playoff, unlike the old NBA playoff advertisement, this is truly win or go home.
Yeah, and we've been in win and go home. Well, it was a draw and wait. It wasn't so much win or go home. It was draw and wait last week. Now it's win or go home here. And do we even see a potential of a possible smash? I mean, grant you, they've held Lou City, like the 1-0. Probably played their best game at Keyworth against Lou City.
They're not at Keyworth. They're at Lynn Family Stadium.
Yeah.
Is it possible?
And it was a 2-0 victory there the last time around these two teams met. Grant you, there were players in the lineup in that one that are going to be different than what we're going to see tonight. But, held them to 2 goals at Lynn Family Stadium. That's not very easy to do.
No, not easy, no.
And grant you, their form as of late, as we mentioned at the top, there was the the fact that they've only scored 4 goals in the last few games that ever since we've faced them at Keyworth.
Yeah, you're right. Well, considering they almost have the stat advantage on almost everything: shot on target, shots, goals, corners. Both teams well behaved, by the way. Nothing over 60. Thank God for that. But
that 19 goals allowed really gets to me, and it's the fact that you got to do that. The way I see it tonight is the only way you're going to win this game is via the smash and grab.
What is smash and grab? Just
you steal. You go in, kind of smash and grab. That was what we did in Pittsburgh.
Yes, the Pittsburgh
2 years
Miracle.
ago. That was 2 years ago. We held them defensively up until a certain point, and the next thing you know, Dominic Gasso comes in, blasts one from outside the box, and then we hold on for the rest of the game. Smash and grab. That's smash and grab soccer. That sounds like the way you could do it. That's how Rhode Island did it last year. Pretty much. It was a 2-0 victory, grant you, but it was still a smash and grab. They held Lou City in check in winning that match. So do I say it actually could happen? Maybe. But
maybe.
You're playing against a team that is well-oiled, well-run, and their mantra is we don't lose games.
Also, key indicator, the first 15 minutes. They always say this, the first 15 minutes. If Louisville scored 2 or more goals, oh my, we may be looking at a long night.
Key indicator, First 15 minutes.
Yeah.
When did Sean Tosh score?
He scored early.
7th minute. Here at Keyworth.
Yeah. If you keep it close.
Yeah.
But if you keep it close 1-zip, possibly throw everything on the table. Literally.
Absolutely. Then you got to worry about it. The last time they met at Lynn Family, it was Ray Serrano in the 20th minute. And then Jansen Wilson in the 77th minute of play. Ball possession, mainly Detroit. They had 4 shots on target, 9 total shots. Louisville had 10 shots, 5 on target.
I know. Yeah, this week has been, well, I don't want to say difficult, considering that we are number one, but considering that almost every armchair USLC expert, some who do a podcast, some who don't, and us who do, this is just, I don't want to say plain bleak, that almost everybody in their predictions said Louisville City will finish them off once and for all, like
And
that.
even when we went down the bracket in the
Yeah.
USL playoffs, we agreed that this was not going to be an easy task for Detroit City tonight. But
but stranger things have happened. I saw a hype video before I set up the tripod getting ready for the show. There was a hype video say, "Hey, the playoff, anything could happen. Literally, anything could happen in soccer. Unlike hockey, one goal could make the difference."
Especially when you're in a one-off situation like we are.
I know.
Anything could happen. But needless to say, I think we did our prediction on Wednesday, but what's it going to look like on the scoreline?
I'm going to say 3-0 Louisville. I'm just being totally honest. You know what I mean? They're too banged up, and they've been having a lot of distractions, including our off-the-field distraction, what's going on in the front office, because we still don't have a sports performance director after Trevor left and all that. So I'll say 3-0 Louisville. I'm being honest.
It's going to be a bitter end. It's going to be a bitter end for Detroit City tonight. I'm going to go along the lines of maybe we squeak one.
Yeah.
But Lou City comes away with the victory 2-1.
I know. Yeah.
I think we squeak one in to save our face, but we have this gut feeling it's going to be a long off season for Detroit City FC. A lot of things to figure out should they get eliminated tonight.
Yeah, you're right. So, do you have any plans for next week?
Well, our plans for next week probably we'll be back here on Zoom doing Soccer Night in Detroit, previewing the Eastern Conference and Western Conference semifinals of that weekend. So plenty of soccer. But
yeah,
tonight,
we're going to still do the playoffs until the championship game on CBS at the end of November. So,
yep, November 22nd is the day of the USL Championship game. By the way, tonight's game, we don't have the usual outlets doing it, but there's a way you can access this game tonight.
Yeah, you can see the game on the CBS Golazo channel only. No UPN 50 or ESPN, just that. CBS Golazo game begins at 7 o'clock or 7:30, right?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock straight up, so you can watch it then. You know what I mean? And besides, Neil Roll last week after the season ended said he's off to basketball. The Oakland U Golden Grid.
Yeah, it's pretty much national from here on out, though. But it's nice to see.
You're right.
Yeah, CBS Sports Network has 2 games tomorrow. One in the East, one in the West. So I'll be able to watch that. I'll be able to watch that 9 o'clock game in the West for sure.
And 5 of the 8 games today are also on ESPN. But once we get to the conference finals, CBS Sports Network, and then the finals on CBS Main.
Yes, indeed, and possibly ESPN Plus for a couple of check the listings on the USL Championship site as far as where you can watch these matches going forward after tonight, though. But you know what, we're hoping for a Detroit City win tonight. However, it may not look like the thing. You're at the clubhouse tonight. We'll absolutely ask you about the vibes there later on after hours tonight as we review this thing. Try to review this thing.
Yeah, we're going to review this thing, and also we'll look at all the other games around the sea, and we're going to do a deep dive on the musings on the other games on Wednesday. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I will say I'm very optimistic for tonight, but honestly,
You might be
there-
walking into a funeral. You might be walking into a funeral, my friend.
you know what, or what they call it, an Irish wake. By the way, the body is not dead, but
Plenty of Fago available for you, my friend.
thank you, and I will contact you tonight after hours.
Absolutely. We'll talk again. Yeah. We'll talk again after
I'm attending
hours.
a funeral. I'm sorry. I look like tonight after the game I'm going to be attending a funeral of the season. I know.
All right.
But
We'll
we
talk.
look for the keyword farewell, and there will be tons to talk about. And also, someday, and we'll talk about it on the New Team Time Wednesday. So, yeah.
Yeah, we got some stadium news coming up on Wednesday during the musings as well. So,
Okay.
all
So,
right.
can we get off the train? I'm watching the remainder of the English Premier League. St. Pauli, as we record this, lost again. And the guy who can't wait to get their 5th win in a row is losing to Nottingham Forest.
Well, I know Jason Davis is going to be happy. Fulham's up 3-0. Let's see. Right now, it looks like Man U might have that streak end.
Oh,
Just saying.
am I?
Just saying.
Am I?
Just
Okay.
saying there. So, okay. So, we'll talk to y'all after the match. Until then, folks, keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the galaxy.